Hello, everyone. I'm Lonnie,
I'm Amber.
and we are Entitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And God, it's been a busy weekend. But
But
we
it's been
have
fun.
now we have the review live recap of the Orville's seventh episode titled "Majority Rule," and really, I think this is the best episode since About a Girl. The one where they had
Yeah,
the one
it's
where
about on that level.
yeah, it was this one. Holy crap! This was an absolute blatant commentary on
Yeah.
society's obsession with social media. Um, this episode, they basically go to this planet that's very much like Earth. It's 21st century Earth, basically,
hmm
and there are a couple of, I guess, scientists or researchers who have disappeared. So they go down there and come to find out that this society runs completely off of social media votes. They have like a master feed where people get on there and talk. It's like one giant worldwide chat room. People get on there and talk, and there's like people wear badges with like a up arrow and a down arrow. And if you say something nice to somebody or please somebody, they'll hit the up vote. But if you mess up and make somebody mad, they'll hit the down vote. And
hmm
if you accumulate, what is it, 10, or if you accumulate 1 million down votes,
You get
then,
reprogrammed.
no, if you get 1 million, you are arrested,
I was a
and
million
you
and
have
then
to
10
go and you
million.
have to go on an apology tour. And then once you're put out in the public limelight, if you accumulate another 9 million and cross the 10 million threshold in that time period, then you're reprogrammed. And all it does is make you a freaking just happy,
It makes you a
mindless,
zombie.
yeah, basket case. Um, and it's irreversible. Like even with their technology,
hmm
they couldn't fix it. So what had happened is one of the researchers was reprogrammed. The other one was shot and killed by uh, guards while they were being led to like the reprogramming chamber for the final vote. And so, yeah, I mean, it was crazy. And it was neat seeing everybody's interactions and everything because like so somebody compliments you on your day, or oh, you're wearing a nice sweater today,
Oh,
you,
thank
you look
you.
great, and then they'll hit the upvote.
Yeah.
um
Yeah, somebody compliments you and you upvote them because they're being nice.
yeah.
I don't know.
Now I mean, okay, there's the extreme,
hmm
okay, of getting reprogrammed and all that, but you'd think I would like to see people like wear something like that. Maybe not. I mean, let's not have the consequences of
Yeah.
being brain fried or anything. But wouldn't you like to like? I mean, it's a
No,
slippery
because
slope.
let me
Yes.
tell you why. People are malicious.
Yes.
And they'll do shit like that on purpose just to be mean
Now I
or
will
down
say,
vote
like
you.
this is not toot my own horn or anything, but as much of a nice guy as I like to think I am, could you imagine over the past year how many downvotes I would have accumulated if we had that kind of system?
Hell, how many downvotes will I accumulated?
Despite having done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
If you find people that don't like you,
Mm-hmm.
I could have accumulated 200 or 300 worthless votes that didn't even mean anything.
Yeah, but then it didn't mean anything. But then when you meet someone, and then they're like,
How'd you get all
"Oh my
them?
god!" Like
And you didn't do
for
anything.
example, the woman who wanted to be served in the coffee shop, and she had all them downvotes.
Yeah, they said they will not
Not
serve
serve
anybody.
anyone under 500, over 500,000 downvotes. And she's like, I can't, I'm sorry, that's not who I am anymore. That happened in my 20s, da da da. Nope, get out. Shit
Yes.
like that. Nah, I'm good.
You're right. I mean, I
I'm
would.
good. there's too many. I mean, and I'm a very positive person, and I like to see the good in everyone. But there are some very malicious people out in this world who will do stuff just to hurt people.
True.
And that's, if we had that kind of thing, that's exactly what would happen.
It is. It's precisely what would happen. And so the dude, God, what's the guy's name?
Which one?
Isn't his name Lamar?
Yes.
Okay, well anyway, he ends
gets
up
stuck now.
like he ends up dancing around and like humping a statue of
Oh my gosh.
at the very beginning, and that immediately gets him 1 million votes because people video it, they upload it to the internet, and then
Yeah, oh yeah, and that's the thing. They can catch you doing whatever and upload it and let people decide.
hey, you know what? That would have been a great way to get rid of that "Cash Me Outside" girl.
I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care.
I mean, you know, if a few innocents have to be reprogrammed,
A
that's
good way to get
you know
rid
that
of
that would be
Catch
a
Me
still
Outside girl.
that would be a small price to pay to get rid of like the Kardashians and yeah.
Well, then you got to get rid of the people that like them, because it's the people that like them that create people like that.
That's very true. So they
It'll
probably
just be
wouldn't.
replaced with something else.
Oh God.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, he ends up having to go on this apology tour. Of course, nobody believes him. I actually thought it was kind of funny. You know, you had to like run out of the room for a minute during this part. But whenever he went on his first apology tour, the first stop for it, the lady, it was almost like The View is what he was on, and they were like, it was like a statue of this woman who helped pioneers or something.
Yeah.
It was almost like
silly.
like Sacagawea or something like
Yeah.
that. That's precisely what kind of person the statue was. And the woman's like, well, you know, are you? You basically have to apologize, and then the audience decides whether you're sincerely apologetic or if you're just saying that. And he was like, no, I'm seriously apologetic. You know, I love this woman and everything she stood for. And they were like, well, if that's the case, then name one thing that she did. And he had no clue because he wasn't from the planet. And he was like, she saved the whale forest.
Damn it. Oh,
Which,
because
in my humble opinion, was the scene of the show.
dang it, I missed it. Oh, that sucks. Oh, because at that point you probably want to be like, you idiot. Like, why did you not research? Why?
Yeah.
But anyway. Oh, wow.
Of course, you know, he had like this crappy public defender, you know, who had
Oh,
absolutely
yes.
no clue about anything.
No
and-
clue about nothing. Hey, go out there and make friends. Be
but,
relatable.
yeah,
Well,
he,
you're
he's
not apologetic at all. You're out here smiling and dancing.
yeah. You know, they were like, you know, go out there with some energy. And he goes out there and starts like slapping people's knees on the way through, act like he's high-fiving. And
You hit some of our patrons. They were like, you hit them on the way in.
oh,
It's like, fucking A.
yeah.
It was a little extreme. Like, I get the point that, like, Seth MacFarlane was trying to make, but this episode was a little extreme.
The episode, no, because it's the same thing Star Trek's always done.
What's that?
Think about what was the Next Generation episode. I think it was in like the first or second season. I actually watched it not too long ago, where basically if you screw up, they went to this planet that was kind of like in almost like a early 1900s, late 1800s culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're out there growing crops and stuff, and they show up and everybody's like happy, everything's great. You know, all the women are swarming all over the men, and you know, there's like lovers for everyone, and everybody loves each other, and everything's great. And then I think it was Wesley, you know, the boy, he screws up and like walks through somebody's crops without knowing it, and they sentence him to death. It's like punishment for a screw up is death.
Yes, but that's not
And-
near extreme. I really don't think that's as extreme as this show was.
Regardless, it was
let me tell you
entertaining
why
and
I
it
think it's
illustrated.
extreme is because, you know, Seth MacFarlane is on this kick through this series of, like, putting his social justice opinions out there, and that's all fine and dandy, but he does it, like, I think he does it too much. You know, whereas Family Guy, you would have just, like, small instances of it. Granted, it's not the same kind of show, but it would be in small doses. To me, it's just getting tiring. Like, this is his opinion on this is his opinion on that.
Maybe it just doesn't bother me as much because I agree with everything he says.
I agree too. It's just tiring to watch. I mean, I think this episode in particular was really tiring to watch because it's like, I got the point 15 minutes in.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's a story.
I know. I'm just not feeling this one as much.
I did.
I get it. I totally get it. And I'm not saying I don't agree with him.
I think of the 7 episodes so far, this is probably number 2.
No.
To me. Yeah. I mean, that's just my opinion. But I like this episode quite a bit.
I mean, I'm not saying I disliked it, but I probably won't watch it. It's not like I'm going to be... It wouldn't be the episode I would recommend. No doubt.
But also... I did, kind of do a little bit of research and stuff on the Orville as a whole, the series, and they're attributing it to heavy promotion during the World Series. Mm-hmm. But this episode had a 24% uptick in viewership.
Oh, good.
And is the the most viewed episode since the second episode of the season.
Oh, that's cool.
So the ratings are shooting right back up there. And me personally, I think it's just a matter of all of the original fans of the show getting caught up to the point where they realize it's on Thursday nights now.
That's probably a thing. Like, I will agree with that one.
You can't have the first 2 or 3 episodes on Sunday night and then suddenly change to Thursday the next week and have it there from now on and expect people to watch it, especially those who watch it online and don't really watch TV guides and stuff, because they'll get on there and look for it on Sunday night and oh crap, there's no new episode yet, and how fickle the public is.
Oh yeah.
And if you start seeing your episodes not on this week and they skipped last week, it's okay, Sunday, Thursday, skip a week, Thursday. I mean, what the crap, man? Fox really needs to pull their heads out of their asses and do some consistent scheduling. But they did promote it pretty heavy during the World Series, I'm seeing, and the viewership is back up to pre-move levels. So totally down with this. Like I said, this is easily my favorite comedy on TV, and probably my 3rd favorite show behind Walking Dead right now, or 2nd favorite show behind The Walking Dead. And I don't really count Stranger Things because it's on Netflix.
Yeah, and we binged it, so you can't really count it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this show is amazing. Also, remember, here in about 20 minutes, we are going to be watching The Walking Dead, and about an hour after that, we'll be doing a live recap of the episode. I think this episode is called The Damned, which is going to be the 2nd episode of season 8, and we're going to be watching it and then reviewing The Walking Dead, The Spoiling Dead number 101. And anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. I'm going to give this one out of 10 9. Okay. I'm going to give this one a 9. It was really fun to watch.
I'm going to give it about a 7. Just because I wasn't really feeling it.
You've been really harsh on some of these shows lately.
Well, I just wasn't feeling this one at all. It wasn't horrible. I mean, I still haven't rated anything lower than the Vindicators on Rick and Morty. So.
Now, here's an interesting one. What do you rate higher, this episode or The Lost Sister? on
This
Stranger
episode
Things.
or The Lost Sister?
Which was better? I know it's like apples and oranges, but I won't. If you had to delete one from the archives forever,
Oh, I would never delete one from the archives forever. Don't be that extreme.
you got to pick one. You got to pick one.
No, I don't have to.
Gun to your head.
You're a weirdo. Oh my god. But if I had to watch one or the other, probably The Lost Sister.
All right, I was trying to make a really good point there, but
Nah,
it just
you
totally.
failed
Hey,
miserably.
there's Logan. Everybody see the Logan tail? Oh my God, he just laid down.
I started watching it and I'm like, okay, this is good, but at the same time, it was like, God, this is another one of his freaking opinions. And I don't care. The bad thing is I agree. I just wasn't feeling it.
Alrighty.
Was not feeling it.
Well, that's it for this review.
No, hold on. I got one more thing.
Okay.
Just because it's social media, and I get some people get overly involved in social media and yada yada yada, but you could turn it off if you really wanted to.
And that's
Don't
what the
have to
lady
be on
did
there.
at the end of the episode.
I'm just saying.
But I guess
the
it
end of the freaking episode had to go on for about
It
an
would
hour.
probably help to kind of give a little bit of plot before we leave. He ends up getting all the way to like the reprogramming chamber. And I honestly
he's
thought
like
that was a
3
little
votes
over.
away.
I thought it was a little over the top that
It
he made it
was.
all the way to 9,999,996.
But that's expected. This show is supposed to be a little over the top, so I knew that was coming.
Okay.
So
It kind of reminds me of like the orange version of the Stranger Things tentacles. That'd be really good special effects.
you're ridiculous.
We could just
right
have
now.
Logan out of shot and then have his tail do that little thing. I'm not even gonna say what that looked like.
Yeah, we're just gonna let's wrap this on that note, please.
Oh, but anyway, they took the girl. They ended up having a girl who basically explained everything to them. They took her up to the ship, and took her phone to where she couldn't take pictures. Nobody would believe her. And then they basically explained to her, hey, maybe your people's way is different. And it almost seemed like at the end, she was getting ready to like downvote somebody on an apology tour, and she just turned the TV off. One thing that I kind of see there is, like, let's say she did decide to become like a crusader for the right cause. Mm-hmm. That would get somebody a lot of downvotes. They don't want to. It's like here, think about right now, if a leader or a politician or somebody said, you know what, it's poison, we're introducing legislation to ban Facebook and Twitter, and could you imagine
The backlash.
the backlash?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there's already people that just get irate over those fake things. Oh, starting November 1st, Facebook is going to start charging $2.95 a month.
Oh God, they're gonna charge me.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
that's how much of a thing that is.
But the thing is, those same people griping gonna pay that $3. I don't care who they are.
Pretty good point. I'd probably pay $3 a month for Facebook.
I probably would too.
I would kind of have to at this point because they have us by the balls with the Untitled Nerd Network Facebook page.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already
we
getting
put a
it
lot
to
of
where
effort in there.
they're already getting it to the point where they want you to pay anyway, because whereas used to we had like 2,000 fans and we're getting seen by like 2 million people a week. Now we have like 14,000 fans and are only getting seen by 100,000 a week.
Yeah, if that.
How does that even, like, I actually looked at my notebook the other day and where I had written down our numbers, how many fans we had gained. Over the span of like 4 days, we gained like 3,000 fans. In 4 days. And then they changed their algorithm and it went to like 600 over 4 months or something like that. And it's just, but yeah, I mean, social media, it's a part of who we are now. Maybe not to that extreme
Yeah.
when we're reprogramming people's brains when we don't like them, but 20, 30 years, who knows?
Oh, Goku's on. Hello, Goku.
Hello, welcome.
Been
And
on for a few minutes. I just
Oh,
didn't see
okay.
the chat.
well, we haven't been checking the chat. We were just kind of giving our thoughts on the episode and social commentary. But anyway, we will be back.
Yeah, let's wrap this.
We'll be back here in a little over an hour with our Walking Dead review. And we'll go ahead and wrap. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amber.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. This has been the Orville, I believe, 7th episode review titled Majority Rule.